Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for agreeing to answer our questions. I know you've answered so many already. We have so many more for you to answer today. Okay, so today it's going to be primarily around relationships with family.
Okay.
So are we ready for the first question?
Very much ready.
Okay. So let's imagine a brother or sister and they are Christian and they're hearing the word of righteousness. And their family members are also Christian, but they're not hearing the word of righteousness. Now, what would you advise that brother or sister, to do in terms of how to relate to their family members, how to interact with them, communicate with them?
Yeah. Such a scenario, one of the things you must understand about us as believers is that the scripture said something. It said, by their fruits you shall know them. Now, these fruits, another place it said, let your moderation be known to all men. The Lord is at hand. Now, how I understand that scripture is that your moderation, which has to do with your conduct, how you moderate yourself in terms of conduct, in terms of word, is what will make the Lord to be nearer. Because say, let your moderation be known to all men. The Lord is at hand. So what it means the Lord is at hand means the Lord is nearer. So to bring the Lord nearer depends on your moderation, your conversation with them. Now, there's a kind of an attitude you will put up, an attitude of I know more than you, or an attitude of more righteous than you are, and then you put the person off, you put the other party off that you feel don't know as much as you do. But the truth of the matter is that when you learn to love, because that's basically what we are taught. The word of righteousness, the bane of the word of righteousness is love. Love. God is love. God is love. Now, when you learn to love, because there are things that love here, I'm not just talking about feelings or emotions, I'm talking about beginning with 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Right. This is what love does. This is what love does not do. Now, the end of the commandment is love. The end of the commandment is love. I believe when such a person exudes the lifestyle of love, one thing love does is that love will always conquer. In chapter 13 of that 1 Corinthians said, love faileth not. Meaning anywhere love in itself is a weapon, is a spiritual weapon, and it doesn't fail. Where love is exuded, one thing it will do is it will conquer any heart. It will bring people, in 1 Peter, I was talking about the woman having a husband that does not believe or something like that. One thing he mentioned is that when they behold your chaste conversation, meaning your chaste conduct, coupled with fear. Now, I believe that scripture is not just for a woman that is, wanting to convert the husband. I believe it is the same with every one of us. If I am hearing truth, and then the other person, though a believer, may not have been exposed to truth, then more is expected of me. Meaning more chaste conversation, more fear of the Lord. The fear there is actually love. When you talk about the fear of the Lord, is the love of the Lord, meaning the love of the Lord constrains me. There are things that I shouldn't do. There are things that I shouldn't say. There's a way I should not carry myself before them. By the time they begin to see my life conduct, the way I conduct myself, it's very easy to reach them. Your life will speak to them, and they will come to ask themselves, you're different. I've seen in different places where they'll say, all of you are Christians, but you're different. What is it about you? And the person, then you can now say, okay, this is what I've been listening to. Because the truth of the matter is that what you're listening to forms you. It forms what you're listening to as in doctrine will give a kind of lifestyle that will be Christ or point people to Christ. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for that, sir.
Thank you.